We got the arrow, can you believe that? Whoa! Bike blogger here, on my way to work. Going a different way today. We're gonna go to University City, Missouri, a city I'm not very familiar with. I don't go through there very often, but we're gonna mix it up. Because topic of the day, words to live by. I'm gonna give you 3 of them today. MTV, easy to remember. Moderation. Technique. Variation. That's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna take it easy. Give a little wave to the other cyclists. Why do I bring this up? Well, recently I've been injured because I was lifting some heavy objects and I ended up kind of, I guess, throwing out my back. It was pretty painful. I was off the bike for a couple days. So that's where moderation comes in. You know, don't overstrain yourself. You're just gonna injure yourself. Technique. Make sure you're doing it right too. You're not lifting with your back. And variation. That's what. That's whereby, as cyclists, do we really need to? Whoa! Ran over a stick. Do we really need to have strong muscles? Or do we just need to be very aerobically fit? Well, it's a good idea to have a strong back, a strong core. It will make it easier, basically. If you like to sprint, if you like to single speed, having some strong legs, doing a little bit of exercises, stretch, do some lifting. You don't need to do a lot of weightlifting, but I am telling you, it's good to moderate, to variation, and not just do one thing all the time. That's actually how I injured myself when I used to run more, because all I did was running. And you'd say, well, you're stupid. Well, yeah, I was pretty stupid. I just love running so much, just like I like cycling so much. I don't like doing anything else, really. I don't like lifting weights. I don't like doing a lot of core exercises. But in the long run, it's really important to do that, because just because your heart and lungs might be really in it, I find what happens often when I'm running or cycling, my weakness, I think I was supposed to turn back there. Let's see, can I can't turn here. Let's turn around. I'm just blazing along here. Let's make a left here. My weakness is, like I think of many cyclists, are my muscles. I'm, yeah. Okay. I'm, not a very strong person, in terms of my muscles. I mean, my leg muscles are pretty strong. Good cyclists tend to have strong legs, but my upper body, not so much. So you'd probably be thinking to yourself, what were you doing lifting large blocks of concrete? That's not what I'm quote-unquote built to do. I have not trained my body to really do that. We're just going in circles today. We're not in University City yet. I want to make a right up here. We're going to cut through downtown Clayton, and then we'll be in U City, as they call it here in the St. Louis, Missouri. So yeah, I did a video a while back just talking about the importance of physical activity. But just like everything else, moderation, moderation, moderation. Technique, very important too. Let's go up this way. We're gonna cut through. Should be a little quieter, a little more scenic. And variation, you know, mix it up a bit. I'm mixing up my commute today. Keeps things interesting. If you think of it like a video game or some sort of strategy game, you know, you got all these different attributes. You know, you got your power, your magical power or whatever, and your endurance, and your agility, and your luck. But that's a T intersection right there. What was it? Shouts out to I can't remember his name. There was a guy who commented on my last video, told me at a T intersection where there are no signs posted, you just default back to whatever the Missouri law says, which says the person on the right, well, they don't have the right of way, but the person to the left, or the person who's not on the right, I guess I should say, has to yield the right of way to the next person. The whole point of that last video was just to say nobody has the right to run someone else over, whether that person is in the wrong or not. Reckless driving is a big problem, and it seems like with more people driving nowadays, especially large vehicles with blind spots all over the place, specifically pedestrian fatalities, at least in my city, are up. You know, like, I don't know, there's like twice as many pedestrians that are getting killed nowadays than there were like 10 years ago when the economy was in worse shape. We should walk. I don't really know where I am. I take that back, I do. I'm going away. I haven't gone before. I've only seen this on a map. But I'm in downtown Clayton now, Missouri. And we're gonna head up a road I think is called Jackson toward Kingsbury in U City. So if you're familiar with the area, that's where I'm going. Drop down here. Let's see, I think I can go this way. The Bike St. Louis signs. Looks like we got a little tiny little bike lane right here. The bike lane always just seems like it's the shoulder, not really a bike lane. But yeah, I think we just go straight up here, and the light is green, and let's see if we can make it. Okay. We made it. Guy just pulled in front of me, that's all. Okay. So we'll take this a little ways north, and we'll hang a right on Kingsbury. Hearing the police sirens, almost feel like I'm in a big city. Even though I just live in a little Midwestern, mid-sized city. Whew. Nice smooth roads around here though. Around where I live, they're pretty beat up. So yeah, I don't know. I think Pershing is the next road up ahead here. Yeah, this is it, Pershing. We're gonna go Kingsbury though. I don't think we're in. Is Kingsbury? What is that? Oh, that was Kingsbury Boulevard. Let's see, make a right here. This looks like it's not one way. The speed limit signs are facing me, so. Ugh. I believe we are in U City now. Little lost, but that's the fun of it. So yeah, topic of the day, simply words to live by. Go ahead and share in the comment section below your words to live by. Yeah. Stay safe. Wash that bike. I only said wash that bike because I'm getting a creaking sound out of my headset, or at least where the handlebars attached to the bike. And I believe that's because I need to clean and grease the bolts. I've had this issue before. Sometimes when you're washing a bike, you can wash out the grease, and that's what gets you your creaks. Something isn't lubricated or whatever. Woo. At least there's quite a bit of shade back here. Pretty nice. Let's see. Can I go left here? It doesn't say I can't go left. I hope this isn't one of those communities where there's actually no way out. It's just, you know, a cul-de-sac. Oh wait, here we go. Is this Del Mar? I don't know. Find out. Oh, Del Mar Boulevard. Alright, here we go. Yeah, we're on Del Mar Boulevard right now, heading east. I don't know if I'm gonna go through the loop. It's a business district. They got a trolley that they've recently installed and they're testing. You know, it runs on electricity, I think. I'm gonna get over a little bit for a second. Let some cars go ahead. I'm gonna have to put myself in a bad situation here. Del Mar Boulevard could use bike lanes. It's got this big shoulder. All they have to do is put down a paint mark of a bicyclist and call it a bike lane. Whew. This is actually a parking shoulder. I think people can park in this lane. And now it's turning into a turn lane. Whew. We're gonna go through the loop. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Go Penske. There's your free advertising for you. Here we go. I can't see anything, so I gotta give the big truck a little bit of distance. I got a bright, light blue shirt on right now, so I'm pretty visible. I haven't been through the loop in a while, so this is kind of new to me. Looks like we got a roundabout. This is pretty easy, we're just going downhill. saying a bike lane, but I don't really want to ride on the tracks either. But the tracks are parallel to my direction of motion here. Looks like I don't have a choice though. Little skinny tires. Very dangerous with the train tracks. Words to live by. Moderation, technique, variation. Have to jump over the tracks. We're in the city of St. Louis now, I believe. Just left U-City. A little nervous riding between these train tracks. There's a big pothole, I'm kind of screwed. Gonna back off from the SUV a little. Hope you're enjoying this bike commute to work. Don't usually go this way. I think we're gonna hang a right now. We'll get on Day Pair. Nobody coming. Ah, look at this. Only bikes can get through here. Cool. Ugh. So if I take the Day Pair here all the way south, I'll meet up with Forest Park, a large city park where in the city I live in, St. Louis, Missouri. Woo. Fighting a headwind now. Going 18 miles per hour. There we go. I'm seeing those Lime bikes, the green bikes around. It's a bike share program here in St. Louis. It started like just less than a month ago. It's May 2018 right now. There's another bike share that should be coming out later this week, I think, called OFOs. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. And instead of green bikes, they're yellow bikes. Okay. So we need to cross here. There we go. We'll just wait for our signal here. Or wait until it's clear at least. There goes the Metrolink train. I should have just gone with the traffic at the green light to my right here. So I could have just made a left and then got up on the sidewalk there. Now I'm gonna have to wait till it's completely clear and then I can run across, I guess. Do as I say, not as I do. I didn't say to run across when the signal says don't run. Run, bike blogger. Run, run. We're doing everything wrong right now. Now we're getting on our bike and we're climbing the bridge, the pedestrian bridge. Yeah, this will get us over to the park, and we're gonna get to work at least sometime here. This is interesting though. They that section of walkway is narrower than that section of walkway, which leads me to believe they designed this bridge knowing that people are gonna ride their bikes up it, because once you reach the top, you know, you got a corner there and you need a lot of space to do that. But I digress. MTV. Moderation, technique, variation. Take care of that MTV. MTV. Oh, let's go straight. Let's really mix it up. The park is over that way. Let's go through the alleyway. Let's go down the alleyway. I'm sure we won't get in trouble. Do a little exploring. Hope we don't get a pop tire. There's no one back here. All these big mansions to my right, they got driveways that lead to the Mar Boulevard in the front by the park there. But I think some of them have driveways that lead out back this way too. Like that one right there to my right. That one goes all the way through to Forest Park. I'm not gonna get on their property though. That's an interesting sign. I saw a sign back there that was posted that said "Caution, children." And that's kind of interesting. And I saw, you know, children playing in the alleyway. Not a great place to be playing. Not a great place to be cycling either. It's dangerous. Alley cat race with no alley cats. Where are the kitty cats? I keep seeing cars straight ahead, but I think they're on a different street. I think this alleyway actually leads on to Forest Park Parkway, but it also leads up to Forest Park to the park. But now that I've been around this area a lot, and now that I think about it, if I want to go to Forest Park, I probably either need to get on the big street up here, or I think I need to go down someone's driveway. And I don't want to get on someone's driveway, so I guess we'll just take the big street for a second. I don't like big streets because of noise and pollution. Those are the two primary reasons I don't like big streets. This is kind of dangerous. We're just going to stay on the sidewalk. There's a big blind spot behind me with a whole bunch of brush. Oh, looky here. This is the other street that the trolley goes on. I guess we could get on this street. Or get on the sidewalk. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what this property is to my right. I think that might be city property. I don't think it belongs to that guy who owns the house over there. But straight ahead is the Missouri History Museum and the park. So we really need to get to work now because it's pretty late. So we're gonna cut through the park now to get to work. Yeah, I should have just gotten on the street here. I think I can still do that. There's no one coming. Nobody coming. Yeah, it's annoying me, the little clicks I'm getting in my headset slash stem. Like I said, those little clicks that you can probably hear quite a bit up by the camera, because that's where the camera is mounted. on the handlebars. I need to take those bolts out and clean them and re-grease them. Okay then. Into the park we go. Oh, into the bumpy park. The stairs. So funny when people stare at you for yelling at yourself. Whew. There goes a trolley. Now that's a bus. That's just a bus. I have seen the Del Mar Loop trolley. It's kind of interesting, but it costs like 60 million bucks and it only goes 2 miles. So I think what's really nice about it though, or useful about it, is that the trolley can link pedestrians or people who prefer not to drive, link them up with some sort of form of, I guess it's public transportation. Actually, I don't even know the answer to that. It might be privately owned, but publicly funded, like so many other things in this country. But it can link up people from the park with the Del Mar Loop and bring people into the loop that is in U City. I'm going to move over here. Whew. Wow, you can really hear that. Oh man, I hope I don't get flagged for copyright infringement of the ice cream truck music. You can really hear that ice cream truck music when you're in front of the truck. Must have its speakers pointed in front of it or something. Whew. It's gonna be a long video. I don't know, my camera battery might die. Oh. Especially when we do this. There's a lime bike. That's what they look like. They're green and yellow. That car just pulled away. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, wasn't really paying attention to that car that just went around me. It looked like it had a yellow plate on it. I've seen those before. I think the yellow license plate is for New York. I think that's the New York State license plate. I don't know. I've seen a couple though, I don't know. I guess it is summertime, so people are traveling and they're on vacation. Well, good for them if they were New Yorkers visiting St. Louis. Maybe just to visit family, but we got some cool stuff to do in St. Louis too. It's not just the big cities. Alright, nice and easy. I find that things are a lot less stressful if you're a somewhat fast cyclist. If you just go a little slower, because you can you give yourself more reaction time, and cars expect you to be going slower, you know, not like 20 miles per hour. So you will find yourself in more conflicts, I think, in a busy setting if you're going quickly. And it's probably just a good idea to slow down a little anyway. Even though the cars might be going faster, if they expect you to be going slower, it might be a good idea to go a little slower. We got the arrow, can you believe that? Whoa!
Okay.
Oh.
okay?
I can't tell. Am I bleeding bad?
Yeah, you are.